And hello, my fellow nerds. This is the Oracle Nerd here, and welcome back once again to Starfallen Strength. So, so last time we spent some time with a few of the characters, Idris, Luna Hand. I'm pretty sure that's her name. That was her name, and Colette at the Cliffs. So now, so now we got three other characters to spend time with: Verona, Dion, and to be honest, I completely forgot what his name was. But we also, but I know he's a fox. That's all I know. So I think I'm gonna go in order. So let's go with Dion first. Memory smells of steel and worn leather. Lamplight sits low on the workbenches, and the floor bears the scuffs of boots and dragged crates. Dion is at a bench near the back, shoulders hunched over. The green of his hair has slipped loose from its tie and falls forward when he leans. He does not look up as I approach. You missed supper. I was not hungry. That is, that is unusual. Dion is always hungry. You've had a day. Ooh, what was? Oh, that's the sound effect. Okay, that's really weird. The whetstone rasps against the metal in an angry hiss. A letter arrived from the coast. He does not say more, and I have a faint guess as to this letter's source. Would you care to speak of this correspondence? Not particularly. I nod. Then may I keep you company while you remain silent? It not shifts into a small smile that does not fully arrive. Yes, that would be good. I set my gear down on the bench across from him and finally see what he's working on. The spearhead is detached and braced near the stone. Sit across from him, beside him, lean against the bench and watch. I mean, considering these two are really close friends, I'd probably sit beside him, I suppose. Pull a stool to his side. The space between us is narrow enough so I can feel his warmth when he leans forward. My breathing changes and I search for something to keep my hands busy. I pull at the laces of my van braces. The leather resists, then loosens. When I lift my arm, my aches sharply. My fingers find the bruised muscle and rub slow until the sting enough for me to keep moving. Our shoulders bump, and his eyes meet mine. A flicker of a smile passes like a ghost, and he turns back to his spearhead. We work without speaking. I oil the hinges of my bracers and check the straps for cracks. Theon finishes sharpening the spearhead and sets it aside, then runs his fingertips along the shaft for splinters and weak points. His hands are darkened with oil. His chest remains tight, as if he is holding his breath in or to stay just beyond my reach. My shoulder throbs. I glance up and find him watching my fingers dig into my collarbone. It troubles you. It is not worth any notice. It is yours. That makes it worth notice. My fingers press the bruise again before I stop myself. She had a difficult week. He keeps his eyes on the spear shaft. 3 days she did not recognize the attendants, and she believed she was back in the old house. She asked where my father was. My throat tightens. Eon. It happens. The facility is good. They redirect her. They keep her calm. I nod along, even though he is looking down, he swallows. The difficult days are becoming more frequent. I stay with him in the moment. I do not try to solve it for him. I am sorry. His hand still. The whetstone stops. On her good days, when she recognizes me, she scolds me for sending gold. I let out a quiet breath of laughter that does not reach him. She tells me to save it. She tells me to find a nice lad or lass and settle down. He leans back and rubs his face with both hands, palms dragging over his cheeks. Those are my favorite days, when she is lucid enough to be angry. She raised you well. He looks at he looks at me. The is open on his face. So is the love. I watched the strongest person I know get broken by someone who claimed he loved her. His jaw tightens as he looks down at his hands. She survived my father. Now she is losing herself to something I cannot strike. You're you're doing all that can be done. He picks up the cloth again and resumes polishing. That does not make it easier. I know. He pauses, then speaks in a lighter tone that does not fully pull off. That is why I am so charming this evening. Charming is not the word. It is the word I prefer. I smile and set aside my bracers. As I turn, my elbow clips the oil jar at its tips. Dale's hand shoots out and catches it before it spills. His fingers are close over mine to steady the glass, and the contact holds longer than necessary. Hold my hand there. Withdraw, tease him. Um, you know, I might as well tease him. I keep my head where it is and lift my eyes to his. Your reflexes are impressive. Release me. The words let on the edge that makes Dion's mouth shift. Almost a laugh. He presses his teeth lightly to his lower lip, that then stops himself. His thumb presses once at the side of my finger before he lets go. My skin prickles where he touched. My breath catches. Careful. His voice is lower than before. I had it. Certainly. He clears his throat and leans back. Len, if you desire private time with me, you need only to ask. No reason to hide behind a weapon maintenance. There's the deflection. He he puts it on like a helmet. I pick up the polishing cloth and toss it at him. He catches it with a grin. I'm here because you skipped supper. Petra was concerned. Petra sent you. He taps the bench in front of him. Give me your sword. If I am to have company, I should be useful. I unbuckle my sword and lay it down, hands close around the hilt. With a precise grip, and my stomach tightens at the sight. His fingers firm yet gentle. I can't help but notice that his forearms, the strength in them, the way he keeps control while he turns the blade and checks the edge. The ceremony. Few weeks left. Don't remind me. You are the guest of honor. I am the subject of scrutiny. He looks up from the blade. You are the rightful commander. Some veterans are displeased. Some veterans are displeased by everything. They will adjust. He sets the blade down carefully and meets my eyes. The old and crusty veterans. Change, change unsettles people. You will prove them wrong. That is not the same as being welcomed. Welcome is not required for command. His voice is as steady as his hands. I watch him file a small nick from the blade with patient care. A few officers approach me. My brow knots. Concerning what? You. They suggest I should challenge your appointment. They say the company would follow me more easily. He keeps his eyes on the blade. I watch him for any hesitation. I do not find it. I refused. He says it plainly, but his shoulders remain tight, as if refusing did not end the matter inside of him. Your place is not mine to take. He waits for me to speak. Ask him to know what he wants. Reassure him. I don't know. I guess reassure him. You did well to refuse. Remain at my side and let me bear the burden. His shoulders ease by a fraction. As you command. The words are gentle. The relief in them is immediate, but a vague part of me feels him drifting away, his soul dimming behind a wall. He finishes with my sword and slides it back across the bench. The blade catches the lamplight cleanly. I lift it and test the balance. It sits in my hand as if it has been adjusted to my grip. You altered it. I improved it. How? The fa- you favor your right side when you're tired. I adjusted the pommel. There's a lightness in his voice. A little boy pleased himself. I look at him. What? You observe too much. Whoops. He shrugs and smirks at me. I observe what matters. My pulse answers that line, and I dislike how quickly. He reaches into his satchel and pulls out something wrapped in cloth. Before you go, what is it? First ceremony. Open it. He can't wait. I don't torture him much longer and unwrap it carefully. A sword grip. New leather dyed deep blue, with stitching is immaculate. The edges are already softened, and if he, and it, as if he has worked it until it would not bite my palm. My throat tightens. I love this shade. He smiles because he knows. I close my fingers around the grip. The leather is warm from being carried close to his body. Thank you, Dion. You are welcome. We both walk to the door. The corridor outside is dim. Distant voices carry from the common room. He pauses at the threshold. Sleep well, Commander. You too. He glances at the corridor leading towards the mess hall. I will, after I eat. He takes a few steps and stops. Len? Yes? You will be a great commander. He says he says without decoration. I feel it settle in my chest. It's heft as real as a war medal. He heads down the corridor, and I remain with the blue sword grip in my hands, my thumb tracing and stitching once before I stop myself. All right. Let's go see a Fox Boy next. Farron, that's his name. Okay, I was close to what his name was. I was thinking it. I was like, wait, that's not his name, is it? But it is. A week passes by. Farron sees me integrating rather quickly, especially considering he is first Anitaran ever recruited. Some are less than pleased with his presence, as they outright avoid him. Nevertheless, the younger members are more receptive as friendly disposition and eager to help around. Speaking of him, when make my way to Skyward's training yard, I spot both him and Dion already there. Should I say hello? Or would that be awkward? Would it count as intruding? Maybe I should act as if I didn't see them. But what if they already noticed me? And what if they're waiting for me to come over before greeting me? Then walking away would be considerably rude. But they would have at least waved, wouldn't they? Maybe. But before I can make up my mind, I hear something mildly alarming. I really do think this is a bad idea. Don't you know magic? Indeed, though it's far from my area of expertise. I advise against to seek Petra's help, or at least supervision. Farron waves him off. The book I s- the book said it's a beginner spell, I think. Pretty sure. I was the one who lent it to him. I can recite the book from memory alone. None of its content is dangerous. So I decided to continue observing them, curious to see what the rest of their little experiment. What do you mean by that? Are you sure you read correctly? A lot of fancy words, but I get the gist of it. Bless Mercer's heart. Hey, he helps puffing his cheeks out a little bit. I see Dion likes to tease him because of his reactions. I must admit, they are cute. Maybe that's also why Mercer brought him here. An amusing thought, that or his wife forced him. That man is beyond smitten. I'm ignoring you for now. You're distracting me. Go on, little man, show us what you got. Farron snickers a bit at that. Alright, here it goes. He squeezes his eyes shut and breathes deeply. He lifts his arm, a leaf in his hand. Magic swirling around it. Next to energy materializes into snowflakes, like a tiny storm forming in his palm. More snowflakes appear until his hand is barely visible. I catch myself holding my breath. This is a good debut. Ah! Cold, cold, cold! Please help! Or not. Instead of only freezing the leaf, he's trapped his whole hand in ice. Oh, hold on, let me. Worried he can do anything, I step forward to free him myself. A worried Dion would only make it worse. Men. Farron flinches at first, surprised by my presence, but then relaxes as he can feel his fingers again. Are you okay? Yes, I think so. Thank you, miss. He mumbles, rose tinting his cheeks. Well, would now be appropriate to say you were warned. Do you want to fight? He hisses, baring his pointed teeth, his ears pressed flat against his head, tail swishing erratically. Do you? Captain or not, you're going down. On the ground. Dion chuckles and raises his hands in mock surrender. Farron is really adept in hand-to-hand combat, having it bred into him from a young age, and the Terrans spend most of their lives hunting and fighting off predators, mostly humans. I doubt he would have won against Dion, at least not in an open field, but he sure has the spirit. If you want, I can show you a few tricks to avoid any more mishaps. I asked gently. There must have been a reason he hadn't approached me first. If you don't find it too annoying. Ah, of course not. Then yes, please. I nod. I see you I see you focus well on the type of magic you want to invoke and where. What do you what what you are missing is why. He stares blankly at me, tilting his head slightly to the side. The type being the type being ice, the location is around your hand. Except it is not enough. It's not precise enough. You also need to visualize a goal. Goal? Yes, in this case, the leaf. He seems to think it over and then slowly nods, though I can tell he doesn't completely understand just yet how to apply it in practice. He seems to be the type who learns best by doing. I understand. I will try again. It starts the same way as before. However, instead of freezing anything, the snowflakes just drop unceremoniously on the ground. His ears droop along his tail. I'm so lame, he says sulkily with a little pout. Theo snorts as they send a glare his way. Don't be ridiculous. I dismiss immediately. I could tell you're overthinking it. Don't think about failure. Consider only what you want to do. But what if I do mess up? I can't just not think about it. What if I what if I do something worse? Then you try again. And you have me next to you. There's no mistake in the spell book that I cannot fix. He visibly calms after I mention this. His expression is more relaxed than before. Got it. Rather than closing his eyes at this time, he focuses his sight on the leaf. Another deep breath, more snowflakes, but this time only his target gets trapped in ice. I did it! Thank you! His ears point forward, tail wagging. Well worried, he suddenly jumps on me for a hug. I go I go stiff, unsure of what to do with my arms. I search the yard with eyes for help. He coughs and averts his gaze. He even has the audacity to smile a bit. I bet he wouldn't have had the same reaction if it were Lennon in my place, that bastard. Thankfully, Farron unexpectedly lets me go. Ah, I'm sorry. I was just really happy. I didn't want it. It was an accident. His face. He goes red in the face while his ears pinned to his head. His tail drops completely to the ground. He looks like a kicked puppy. I don't like it. I don't like this look on him. Pat his head, reassure him. You're really gonna give me an option to pat the head of someone and expect me to not pick it. Pat his head. Head pat the poor boy. As if having a mind of its own, my hand reaches out and gently pat him on the head. He flinches. Now his turn to be caught off guard. A second later, he pushes back against my hand as if trying to nuzzle against it. His ears are soft. I reluctantly retract my hand while his eyes snap open. He is back to being red again with a slight, but content smile this time. I cough and look away, embarrassment gripping me. I almost regretted doing it. I didn't want to overstep, but with the way he was looking at me now, the risk was worth it. With the way he panicked, it's as if he cared not solely because I'm a veteran here at Skyward. Him being genuinely, naturally considerate, and caring is an easy answer. Though I can't help but think there's something else to it. He isn't as cautious with others as he is with me, Dion being the prime example. Perhaps he really does hold me in high regard. for reasons beyond me. It makes me happy. Hey, startled, I snap my head back to him. I wait for him to continue, but he never comes. He is looking everywhere except at me. Yes? Do you think I can improve my magic by the time autumn comes? I know I already failed something really basic and needing your help to get it right, but maybe if yes, no. Why would I say no to the poor boy? Why would I say no to him? Of course, and there's nothing wrong with having someone teach you. You're already doing great considering your background. Entertainers usually don't even attempt magic. Their affinity is their affinity is lower with it, but it takes more practice than a regular person to achieve the same result. I'll be happy to provide any assistance needed. Really? Are you sure? You don't need to if you don't want to. In any case, it's extra practice for me. He beams at me. Find myself checking if his tail is wagging before I proceed. It is. Aw, it's so cute. Thank you. You just wait and see. I'll be the best student you ever had. You were my only student. Same thing. He giggles a bit at his own joke. He is indeed cute. Aw, they're so adorable. Everyone in this game is adorable in some way. Alright, let's go see Verona, I guess. I cannot seem to find Verona. Usually she's pretty easy to spot. I mean, she's still our commander. She's not in her office, not the training grounds, not even in the mess. I even tried her bedroom, thinking that she may have retreated early. She hadn't. The only thing I managed to do was be spotted by two patrolling soldiers, who just saw me standing in front of Verona's bedroom like a lost puppy. I saw them smirking and wiggling eyebrows at each other as they were walking away. Jerks. At some point, I just found myself walking aimlessly on the rampart. I mean, if I cannot find Verona, I can I can still get some fresh air. I breathe in the pine scent of the forest surrounding skyward, and gaze upon the sky and stars sparkling over my head. Until my eyes fall on one of the doors leading to a guarding tower slightly ajar. Odd. This is the kind of door I've always seen closed. Maybe some recruits found themselves a nice spot to evade work. Which I mean, I did too a while back, but now I'm soon to be Grand Commander, so I'm supposed to take care about this stuff. Ready to channel my inner Verona, I walk up to the winding staircase. Instead of bumbling recruits, I find Verona there, armor down, bundled in a cozy knitted vest, drink in hand, and seemingly lost in thought. The picture is so far from her usual armored getup that I'm always used to seeing her in this that I stood there a few seconds too long staring at her. Enjoying the view, girl. And, until my gaze went up right up to her teasing smile, making my cheeks heat up. Commander, no need for that. I'm not even wearing my uniform. I was just trying to get some downtime. Do you want me to leave? Don't fret, and come sit to share a drink with me before I have to order you to do so. She holds her own glass for me to drink. It reeks of herbs and alcohol, with the after smell of burned corn. The smell itself might have purified me from the inside out. I mean, she's kind of she's kind of offering you, so why not? I take a careful sip, and the horrendous taste mixed with the burning sensation of the liquid going through down my throat makes my eyes instantly well up. I try not to cough. Trying be the key word here. Meanwhile, Verona is coughing in her fist too, but I suspect she's just trying to hide that she's laughing. In vino veritas, brave Verona's offered drink. Okay, good to know I got another achievement. How can you even drink that? It tastes like the smell of a potion we use to de-rust the swords. It's quite good once you get used to it. I'm dead, Verona. You killed me. I fall down in her lap in a dramatic motion, like I'm fainting. She playfully gasps. This Lily Knight just killed the future Grand Commander. What should we do? 30 laps around the skyward as punishment. Which is a common punishment Verona gives younger recruits. I never minded it as I love running around, so she never gave it to me. I had to scrub a whole lot of armor though. She leans over me, still draped over her lap. Shh, you're supposed to be dead. We find ourselves looking at each other before giggling like children. Nobody would guess that we were supposed to be highest commanding officers of Skyward. I honestly don't mind. I like having this proximity with Verona. I feel like she's letting herself go with me a bit. I figure it's my cue to make myself comfortable next to her. Sir, I thought I got the High Commander position out of your goodwill. No need to kill me to get it back when we can arrange something, I'm sure. Verona laughs loudly at that. Pour yourself another drink. Oh no, girl, no take back. You're in now, and you wouldn't want to break Mercer's heart, hmm? He's so proud. He already started to he already started to embroider your name into the new uniform. Hmm, did he? Well, I don't even know why we're waiting for my introduction then. I could I could start tomorrow. Drink a full glass of this with me, and that can be arranged. I look warily at the drink. And deprive myself of having a grand ceremony with all my loved ones. If that's a ploy to save Skyward's funds, you won't get me. My grand plan has been discovered. I'll have to continue setting up everything for your special day then. We have yet to talk about the ceremony. I know that Verona is already claiming favors and pulling some strings to organize something special. I can't help but feel a bit bad. Verona's overworked already, and on top of having to train me, deal with the arson attempt at Skyward's daily business, she has to organize the ceremony. Not that I asked for it, but still. Everyone is talking about my special day. Are we talking about my introduction or my wedding? It starts getting confusing. Both can be arranged. Just warn me beforehand so he can swap your armor for a dress, and send letters to your father so they can come to give you away. I kind of wonder who Lennon's fathers are. Like, okay, actually, I'm pretty sure one of her dads is Petra's uncle. You know, the writer of the books. But who's her other dad? I can't help but laugh at the reaction my fathers would have if they received an official letter announcing to them I was getting married out of the blue. Fighting wind of my night of the night is quick to get me back on track as a shiver runs down my spine. Cold? Don't worry, it'll pass once I get used to it. Verona takes off her cardigan in one smooth motion, fastening it around me before I have time to react. Under she wears a plain sleeveless shirt, leaving her as exposed as I was. Aren't you going to get yourself cold? Don't worry, I don't get cold easily. Except that even if she was, she wouldn't tell me that, and that logically she brought this cardigan for a reason. I put my arm around her shoulder, pressing her against me so we can at least share the body heat. She tenses for a few seconds before relaxing into my grasp. We stay we stay there in silence, with the cardigan and her body against mine. I hardly feel the cold anymore. Did you get the same ceremony? I don't remember there being such a fuss about yours. Rona looks at the stars above our heads. What was the point? If people choose to follow me, it was good enough in my book. I find it incredible that you didn't need a ceremony to have the legitimacy to be a leader. You just were. Don't fool yourself, girl. When we started, there were only 12 of us. I knew each of you personally. The fact that we now need a celebration is not telling about your lack of legitimacy as a leader, but about your growth since we started. I know Verona aims to reassure me, but I cannot help a flit of insecurity. I know I'm a respected commanding officer and a skilled soldier and someone dependable, but I also know that those traits are only so much when you're only a knight captain. Verona's job comes with expectations, but everyone trusts you. It's big shoes to fill. If you want to keep the analogy up, you could say that the shoes only got bigger than when I started. So you think I'll manage? I don't think, I'm certain. Not that you'll manage, but that you'll be even better than I am. I wouldn't have picked otherwise. I don't think I'm the right pick. You can count on me. I feel like Lennon probably doesn't think that she's the right pick, which honestly is kind of sad. But like I can understand the kind of pressure. Like I can understand the pressure of this sort of thing because I actually used to be part of a Boy Scout troop when I was younger, and I wasn't picked as a leader, but I was actually uh, I was actually the troop leader assistant. Hilariously enough, even though I was the older one, uh, I was apparently not qualified as leader. So, but I was a good assistant as much as it as much as much as I'd like to think so. Because and since I've actually had leadership roles, I actually know how it feels, how nervous you can get about leading your own thing. Like, am I gonna do something right? Am I gonna hurt people's feelings? Like, what am I supposed to do? But yeah, like those kinds of experiences, I can understand it. I can understand Lennon's nervousness, but like as a wise fictional attorney once said, you the worst of times is where you have to force your biggest smiles. I'm happy I get to do this by your side. I won't lay you down. Rhoda's eyes crinkle when she smiles at me, squeezing my hand affectionately. I know you won't. But don't start getting all teary-eyed on me, girl. I still remember that time with those bandits when I was away to the capital. You turned Skyward into a fortress. We had no casualty to account for. You read my report? Didn't need to. Mercer and Dion told me everything in great detail. They were so proud. It was the only thing they talked about for a week. And I'm pretty sure I could narrate everything that happened, even if I wasn't there to see it firsthand. So you heard about... Yes, Lennon. I heard that you picked up a brigand and to throw it at another. I can't help but giggle. She has to look as someone who's still here in the story to this day. You're you're talking, but you have a fair share of impressive stories. I'm talking to Rhoda Pastor, bringer of victory, the willing blade and champion of the Colosseum. She turns her face away from me, but I can still see the tip of her ears reddening faintly. Mercer always speaks too much. How did you know that it was Dion? That boy is no snitch. I raised him well. I giggle. No, but really, don't you have any embarrassing stories to share? I mean, of course I do, but what's in it for me? I think of a few seconds under the expectant gaze of Verona. I'm searching in my head for anything that might appeal to her, but it came out totally blank. Verona's deep chuckle takes me away from my thoughts as she softly brushes the creases between my eyebrows with her thumb. You're lucky I have a soft spot for you. Let me think. It was the very beginning of Skyward, maybe 6 months in. This noble dignitary decided to be Skyward from himself. No one that I knew was offhand, but he was some kind of official. Except he just had this great idea of not warning anyone he was planning to visit us. Told me afterwards it was to get a most genuine or some shit. But I was both sleep deprived and twitchy from the stress I was under. I don't know, but when he arrived with his guards, I thought that we were under attack. I was halfway through the door, sword in hand, when Mercer tackled me to the ground. Like he really threw himself at me. It's like some kind of arrow to pin me on the ground, and it would and make sure it wasn't turning into a belligerent aug- organization. Organization or organization? My bad. Organization nation before the first year marks. I gape at her. Verona is always so composed, so patient, even when she's angry. She is generally more firm than anything else. What? You never told me this. That's Mercer for you, even if he's willing to tease me over the titles I gained as champion of the Coliseum. He he won't tell a soul over the fact that once I punched a hole into a door from sheer rage over our fundings. I wasn't expecting that. Who is this Verona I was so certain to know? Ex- Except that now that I'm thinking about it, at the earliest stage of Skyward, Verona was a lot more short-tempered than she is now. It didn't last for long, but I always thought that she was just matured into the position. Honestly, I barely thought about it. Never would I have expected that it would be because she was struggling. I wouldn't have guessed that. You seem to be so in control of everything, even early on. I just don't make a habit of throwing myself a pity party. It's in the past now, and I grew out of it. We stay silent as she drowns another drink, looking a bit vacant, while, while I struggle to stomach the information and carefully reveal the truth I just heard. I always thought Verona was infallible, someone I could barely measure, but knowing this makes me feel a bit closer to her. If I can ask, why are you stepping down? It has only been a few years, and you seem to be dealing with everything so perfectly now. It's not that I'm not grateful for the opportunity, it's just, why risk it? Especially as you seem to love it. I was maybe what Skyward needed to rise from nothing, but you're what Skyward needs to thrive now. Her voice is softer, but but the certainty is and resolution has never been so convincing. We can't afford to stay stagnant. Stagnation means death. I might like the position, but my goal will always be Skyward's growth. That's where you come in. Skyward needs you. I need you. My breath stops as she raises her hand to push a few strands of hair away from my face. Her eyes are unreadable as she gazes straight into mine, pinning me into place. You should go to sleep, Lennon. It's starting to get late, and you need your beauty sleep. You are not coming? I'll stay a bit longer. Knowing when I am dismissed, I get up, dusting myself up to get some of my composure back. I remember that I'm still wearing Verona's cardigan. Give the cardigan, give it back. And she'll probably insist that I keep it anyways. Might as well save it just in case. Girlfriend's sweater. It smells like Verona. Oh my god. I cannot help but feel the soft material under my fingers. It's warm, and the stitching seems a bit clumsy, but it looks well loved. I don't take it off, and Verona doesn't ask for it. She looks tired. Good night, Lennon. You too, Verona. Lightning dances along the faces of every guest at the table at the dining hall. Oh, all right. So I'm guessing that's it for the hangout sessions. Well then, I think that's actually a good spot to leave this video here for now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.